So finally, it's time to format the final pendant. I've got my my everything set up the way I was showing you in the last video. That's the way it's supposed to look. And here's the way this works: is you're gonna have two different materials, and you're gonna cut out the shapes. But the problem is you need a base for the whole thing. So just take this big one, the big base, and make a copy of it. So you have just the the outermost, which is holding down the Option key. And I'm going to make a copy like that. There we go. And this one I don't need anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two designs, and you'll see when you look at my other examples what this is supposed to look like. No! By the way, I'm going to take all this, and sorry, that's my kids playing in the background. And I'm going to move this over. And there's my two designs next to each other. So again, remember, whatever you do, you're going to have the design and then just the base like that. If you want this to be something that you can actually use for a pendant, you need to cut a hole through it. So the way this works, at least the way I found that works best, is if you grab the ellipse tool and come on over here, and you don't want it to be a super large hole. Something else, like just common sense, this is going to be a hole that's going to cut out the design. There's people who do this all the time. They put it there. You know, think about that. If you do that, then you have nothing to close off the shape over here. So you want it to be in enough so that there's enough substantial material to hold it hold it in place. So I'm going to say Object Group again, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this over so I can see, whoopsie, exactly where it lines up, like that. And then the trick is I'll say Object, Ungroup, and take the Direct Selection tool, and I'll grab one of these and delete it. So I just have that. And then I have the exact same shape in the exact same spot as the other one. All right, final things you need to do, select both of them and say no fill, absolutely no fill, and then go to your stroke. And I already have mine set, but make sure it's set to 0.25 points. That's extremely important. Also, your black, it's got to be black. Your black can't be just like any black. This won't work. If you look at your color picker, your black should be 0, 0, 0. And actually, this should go down to the bottom like that. So 0, 0, 0. Otherwise, the laser cutter doesn't look at it as black, and it says, oh, you don't want me to cut anything. Okay. So it'll ignore any lines that aren't 0.25 points in stroke. And actually, it'll also ignore anything that is not perfectly black like that. But that's what you're going to do for each pendant for the final formatting.